We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Tirico next to the great tight end, Greg Olsen. Glad you are joining us for this one. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. 22-yard line. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Here we go. Frankie, what's up? Hey, south. 19 Texas.
Stroud gonna throw right away. That's taken in by Achane. And he's gonna be hit and dropped behind the line. Great push upfield defensively. What a way to start this ball. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
11.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Going for it all. He got it, and he's got it. What an effort. What a catch. It is a big-time play for Houston. 39 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap. This is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
He's going to dial up another deep ball. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Texans. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. Fairbanks able to add the extra point, and the Texans will take a 7-0 lead.
Jaguars nothing. Naimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Luke. Decent 24. Sink right. Hey, kill.
Here's Lawrence to throw right away. He finds Bell. That's caught. Through the middle of the field. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Jaguars. What a luxury to have in an offense. A tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olson back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Here comes a return from the 5. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go. 18. That's it. Good.
They'll run here. This is Devon Achane. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
A loss of 2.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
Hey, Uno Mars, Uno Mars, Uno Mars, Uno Mars.
Throwing from the pistol. Stroud. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. Josh Hines Allen. He gets in for the sack. Number 85 in his great career. Moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
Tony. Here we go. 18. That's it. 11. Good.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. That's into the hands of Dell on the right side. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
The Texans set to punt this one away. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. The Texans getting all set to punt. That's fielded at about the 18. And a very solid return as they're able to bring him down.
At their own 40-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete, but pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
Set up the screen here for Tootin. This one could be missed out, blown up in the backfield.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
fair catch.
And no return
Signal
on this
for
one.
and
Fair
taken.
catch signal for
The Texans
and take.
over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Good.
On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a
From the
yard.
21, here's 2nd down and 9.
At the 21-yard line.
Ow, what's that? 18. What's that? Hey.
Once again, it's Achane. Past the 45. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 79 yards. Touchdown, Houston. Fairbairn to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Texans will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Hey, easy.
Lawrence now. Moving left. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
So often we see quarterbacks get themselves in trouble when you move the pocket towards the sideline. It really takes away half of the field. So give credit. He doesn't try to throw back across his body, put the ball in harm's way. Just simply throws this ball out of bounds and lives for the next play.
Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. Open man. His tight end screens. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That one good for 26 yards. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
26 yards. 1st down, Jacksonville.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. This one caught left side. That's Strange. This duo, dynamite. 18 yards on that connection, and another first.
In order for this play to be successful against man coverage, Mike, 2 things need to happen. 1, the quarterback has to anticipate the break. He has to get that ball out on time. And then the rest is the receiver creating the separation at the top. And when both are accomplished, you can see what the results are.
On 1st down, Lawrence. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kalen Bullock.
You just can't make these mistakes, especially with your backs up against the wall. I mean, you've essentially just gifted the other team points because now as their offense takes the field, their field position that they're starting with, they probably got 3 on the board, and now you just got to try to not make it 7.
All right. Hey, uno, 18. What's that? Look the hot, look the hot. Look the hot, look the hot. Hey, uno. Tonight.
They'll start on the ground. It's A-10. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of the first down. A pickup of 9.
The advantage of running toss plays to the perimeter, Mike, as opposed to handing it off, is it just allows you to have to block a fewer amount of the defenders. You really can cut the defense in half and say, okay, I just need to block the perimeter defenders because none of the interior guys have a chance to catch my back.
Here's a give to A-10. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Here we go. 18. What's that?
They'll stay on the ground with A-10. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Texans who have the early lead. More from Houston coming up in a moment. It is 2nd and 9.
Hey, south. All right. Tony. Let her. Nike Texas.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. This is caught downfield. It's Dell to the 20. It is a big-time play for Houston. 79 yards in all.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So the big play gets them down close, and now it's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Stroud. Oh, man, left wide open. Good play design there. Touchdown, Houston. That's his 2nd touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Let's go.
They'll run. It's the man from Virginia Tech, Facial Tootin. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. That'll be complete to 2. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Ball on the 35. Here comes a 2nd and 5. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Danielle Hunter getting in to record his 9th sack of the year. Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down, and that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
So it is 4th down. That'll bring on Cam Little for this Jaguars field goal. That one's on target, and it is good from the other side of midfield. One of the longest field goals in NFL history. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Oh, right. 18.
On the handoff, this is Achane. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. It was Jerry Jones that time making the play.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. 18. 11, 11, 11.
They'll run this one straight ahead with Achane. He'll wind up getting this all the way down to the Jags' 37-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
Well, that right there, Mike, is your once-a-game reminder of just the importance of short tackling. This run never gets anywhere near where it ends up if that initial hit was stronger and he was able to take him down.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Swap. Mother swap. 9. Hey, uno. Hey, uno Mars.
They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game.
All right. 18. What's that? Hey, uno. Hey, south. Buggy. Why Tony? 9.
Stroud going to set up the throw. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. Great touchdowns in this one. He now has 7 for the year. Now Fairbairn for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Texans add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead.
Naimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchdown.
35-yard line.
On the ground, it's Tootin to start the drive. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Brings up second and 12.
Lawrence now on second down. That's complete. He finds Brian Thomas. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
He'll dump this out wide to Tootin. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. From the 46. Here's second and 5. Here's Lawrence. He's got a man. That's Travis Hunter. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. Their second. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Lawrence going to give it to Tootin. He'll work forward for a couple. Jalen Smith there for the stop.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Second down, Lawrence. Headed left, buying time. Looking for his tight end there, but left too far. It's an incompletion. Quentin Strange was his intended target. And it's going to be third down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Travis Hunter was the intended target. And now it's fourth down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. In this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. He's going to look for the home run ball. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
So if this was an NBA game, Mike, we call that a heat check. He wasn't even open, but you know what? With the success that they've had all game so far, he's just saying, you know what? Everything we do is coming up right. I'm just going to give my guy a shot. And this time the defense had him covered, but expect him to continue to look his way. He's had a monster day.
Why, Tony? Look the hot.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. Flush to his right. Escaping the danger. Throwing and completing. And they'll work this close to a first down. Maybe just a tad short.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Hey, uno. Hey, south. 11.
From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll air one out. And that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out. Able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. They'll run for it with Mixon. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on fourth down.
It's always a gamble anytime you go for fourth down on your side of the field, but they clearly thought they had a play that they liked, but the defense came up huge, and now their offense is going to have a chance to take it.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Lawrence. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. Plenty of room after that catch. Big gainer of 23.
And that first down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. To throw is Lawrence. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Inside the 10, it is Hawks. And he's going to be taken down. Now the Cavs will use their third and final timeout, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. First down and goal. To throw is Lawrence. Exiting the pocket right. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Here's another shot from the 6 at second and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. That is second TD catch of the season.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle four, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Here's Lawrence to throw. That's pulled in. And they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing is Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. He'll start at the 2. A good return as he takes it across the 30. First down throw for Lawrence. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
Based on the routes downfield, it looked like the protection was designed to give the quarterback a little bit more time to wait for things to uncover downfield. So give credit up front to the defensive line. Immediate pressure early speeds up the quarterback's clock. He's got no choice than to get rid of it, probably a little bit earlier than he would have preferred.
It's like always, they just want a piece of mind. I've been focused on the future, never on right now. But I can watch you either pink or brown. I'm the one that introduced you to the E right now.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
These are 24.
Now this looks like a design run. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. Great job with his legs. On the move for 15 and moving the chains with a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first and 10, Lawrence. Catch made right side by Thomas. Woo. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 36 yards.
Mike, it just seems like certain games each week just align for matchups like we're seeing today. Just two quarterbacks trading blow for blow, putting on a show for their respective teams. Let's see if he can finish this drive off with another touchdown following that big play.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable and just line up and snap it again.
Second and 10.
Think right. Hey. 11.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That is caught. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
From the 1-yard line, first down and goal.
Hey, Rob.
Tootin trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
closer. Here's second and goal. Now a handoff, the tight end in the running game. Trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he is going to come up short.
And this is what happens when you get a little too cute. So there's a fine line in the NFL, Mike, between being creative and innovative and also overthinking it. And I think this kind of falls into the latter category.
That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Sharp Wes Hunter. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Oftentimes, you can tell the decision about whether or not a team is going to go for it on fourth down based on what they do on third down. And I think they knew they had an extra down in their back pocket. Try on third and goal to go through the air, and even if you fail, you still got one more shot at it, and it results in a touchdown.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Oh, 18. What's up?
From the pistol, here's Achane. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
They'll go play action with Stroud. That's taken in by... Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Jaguars have it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of the middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
This drive begins with a run by Chutin. Room to run at the 30. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And he is gone. 85 yards. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars will go up by 7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you. It'll be back up now to start this drive. first and 10. It's Achane.
Watching him throughout this game has been incredible, Mike. I mean, I love watching him perform. The reality is it just hasn't impacted the outcome of the game. It's really been a wasted individual effort unless they can somehow find a way to flip this thing around.
Second down throw for Stroud. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. Oh, he's got a defender right with him, and it's an interception. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys first and 10 in the red zone.
You know, Mike, drastically different things waiting for these two squads on the sideline as they run off. I mean, we can hear the defensive sideline celebrating all the way up here. I mean, back-to-back drives, they come away with the takeaway. Now, on the offensive sideline, there's no celebration awaiting. It's coaches looking to gather their guys together and say, look, we've got to have ball security. If we don't protect the football, we have no chance.
A gain of 11, and it's first and goal.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical, right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Facial Tootin. Touchdown, Jacksonville. That his second touchdown tonight. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
South.
On first down, it's Stroud. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Unfortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Josh Hines-Allen. He's able to force the big loss on the sack. And it sets up third and long. Here's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long